What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to CoinFlow TV. This is Rav. Going to go over a couple things with you tonight. Want to talk a little bit about the price of Bitcoin, give you some news on the Bitcoin futures market and what happened with their website tonight. Also want to go over my Electroneum winner from yesterday. I sent you out a message and give you about 24 more hours to respond, buddy. Unfortunately, I don't have a way of sending you your tokens. If not, we're going to have to rerun our contest. Also got a little bit of information on chain.group. Going to do my first investment with them. All that will be coming right up.
Zombie apocalypse.
All right, guys, as usual, before we get started, I'd like you to pause this video if possible and read over the few things I'd like you to remember before watching this video. Thanks. All right, guys, we're back. Before we dig into tonight's topics, I want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Danny from Pacific Roots Kava Lounge. Got me on my Kratom and my Kava fix tonight, even though it's Sunday and they're closed. He hooked me up. Anytime you guys are in Orlando, go check out my buddy at Pacific Roots Kava Lounge. If you're into Kava and know what it is, or Kratom tea, it's definitely a different type of buzz, and it'll get you nice and relaxed for the night. Let's talk about our Electroneum winner from last night. Lord Zeus was the winner. Unfortunately, he left an ETN wallet on there. And if you're listening, Zeus, you left your ETN wallet on there. And, you know, we really have no way of verifying whether or not you received the funds. So I asked you if you set up a Cryptopia account to go ahead and post your username on the comment section. Or I also private messaged you on Facebook. Not Facebook, I'm sorry, on YouTube. So if you get a chance, take a look at that and just send me your Cryptopia username. It's easier to transfer funds from user to user on Cryptopia, and I'll get you your 150 Electroneum coins. Unfortunately, if I don't hear from you within the 24 hours, I'd like to get those 150 coins over to somebody, you know, ASAP. So what I'm going to do is, if I don't hear from you by tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and do another giveaway and let that one last about 24 hours. I'll announce it in tomorrow's video. I notice a lot of you guys are dropping your Cryptopia username in the videos. Those are not actually for giveaways, guys. And unfortunately, I've got to have all those comments in one video to do a random giveaway. So if Lord Zeus doesn't respond to me by tomorrow, unfortunately, I got to give those tokens to somebody else. And I will announce in tomorrow's video that I'm running that contest for tomorrow's video, so you can put your username in that particular video. All right. I know I said video like 10,000 times, but that's what it is. Speaking of Electroneums, let's take a look at the value on CoinMarketCap. We're up to about 11 cents. Let's refresh that, make sure that's correct. Yep, 11 cents. We're up 8.92% since yesterday. That's a 24-hour change there. Electroneum is looking real good. If you remember from a couple of videos ago, I announced that they sent out an email, a mass email, saying that wallets would be released sometime during the middle of next week. So definitely looking forward to that. I know a lot of people are. And I'll tell you what, guys, I feel like a lot of people are going to make a lot of money on this coin, whether or not they sell some of it up front or they decide to hold long term. But obviously, you know, you got your guys that are going to wait for the market to jump up in the first day or so, or the first couple of hours, dump a whole bunch of coins, and that value will come back down. So make sure you're a part of that that volatility swing, I guess. Okay. Now let's take a look at what Bitcoin's doing right now. If you take a look at GDAX, you'll see we're sitting right around here. Let's go to the depth chart. We're sitting at $16,120 right now. Bitcoin has been doing some weird things in the last couple hours here. If you guys remember, CBOE announced that they will be launching Bitcoin futures. And just a little news off of Cointelegraph here. What happened tonight? They launched Bitcoin futures and the site immediately crashed. So just going to read through here real quick. In a vindication of cryptocurrency exchanges, which have had their share of growing pains this year, CBOE launched Bitcoin futures trading at 5 p.m. Central Time, and their website went down within minutes. CBOE has confirmed that the slowness and 404 errors users are receiving are due to much higher traffic than normal. And I really like this article here, guys. I'm going to kind of go through it. I guess we can go through it all the way here. CBOE tweeted, due to heavy traffic on our website, visitors to cboe.com may find that it is performing slower than usual and may at times be temporarily unavailable. All trading systems are operating normally. So Their trading systems are operating normally, but they weren't ready for this. Since the beginning of the year, digital currency adoption and price appreciation have been off the charts, causing virtually all major exchanges to face their share of slowdowns and crashes. Many had speculated that once Wall Street got involved with robust servers capable and used to handling enormous amounts of traffic, they would blow away traditional Bitcoin exchanges. Apparently, even mainstream Wall Street firms are going to have a difficult time dealing with Bitcoin's demand. Guys, this is one thing that is very important, and I want you guys to remember, however you guys are investing, if you're going into the futures market, if you're just gonna, trade Bitcoin, it's gonna get crazy. Still volatile, guys. Facing the opening of futures today, Bitcoin's price has been ever volatile. Within minutes of the futures market opening, the price soared by over $1,000, only to immediately fall by half that. And I think this was within like a 6 or 7 minute period of time, and then it fell about half of that within 1 minute. At press time, the price is back on the climb. So TF Metals report, this is pretty cool. This is fascinating to watch. Bitcoin jumps $1,200 in 7 minutes and then falls $500 in 1 minute, like I just said. All the while, the CBOE has yet to get through the imbalances and open the contract for trading. At this rate, BTC will hit one of the circuit breakers before the CBOE can even get rolling. So it's hard to say how accurate sentiment is, but many of our Bitcoin market subreddit were staying in fiat until the launch of the futures market. In recent weeks, there has been a great deal of fear that the opening of regulated futures trading could make it easier for institutional investors, and I've been talking about this, to short the currency, driving the price down. Judging by the price action right now, those fears seem to have mostly abated, but traders remain jittery. So guys, just be careful and make sure you keep an eye on your investment, all right? All right, now let's talk about chain.group. Now, this is a website that I haven't spoken very much about, and it's mainly because I wanted to do my research on it and more so figure out how it works and try to understand it a little bit better before I put it out there. So obviously, I haven't invested yet, and starting today, I'm going to do a very small investment, but I'm going to show you how their bots work real quick. So if you click on trade groups, and by the way, there's a lot of people talking about chain.group on YouTube and online, and a lot of them have some pretty good experiences so far. If you click on investors, they show you all of their investors. Like this guy here is, I guess, their top investor with 2.8 million invested. This one's got 2.4 million. And, so far, I haven't heard anything really negative about chain.group. So I decided to take the plunge. My buddy Steve out in Scotland, and I got another buddy out here, Ed. They've been investing in it, and they've been pretty happy. I think Ed's investing in XBots, and I believe Steve is investing in CloudShare, which I'm going to go ahead and go into. Also, if you look on their, I believe it's, click on here, and if you scroll down, they've got their tweets, and in their tweets, they mention all the newest, stuff they have going on, and they did mention that I believe TG Thomas will be closed for 10 days. Here, let me read it to you. So first thing is obviously Dragon Foundation will reach its goal and investment amount soon. They will stop accepting new investments after December 20th, 2017. That's in about 10 days. They will continue to serve only already accepted deposits for the next 180 days after December 20th, 2017, after which they will be removed from the service. Also, let's scroll down here. I saw something about TG Thomas. Bear with me here, guys. I'm sorry about that. I probably should have been a little bit better prepared. Oh, it's probably not that far back. Oh. All right, let me pause this real quick so I can find it. Oh, actually, no, I got it. At the holiday season, December 25th through January 5th, TG Thomas, CNC, and Bitstrong will not trade. You'll get 0.1% daily for those days. Other groups will pay as usual. So Just keep that in mind if you guys are on Chain Group and you don't know about that yet, if you haven't been following their news. Well, let's take a look at their trading bots here real quick. So we're going to start with XBots, all right? With XBots, your minimum investment is $250. Maximum is 5 million. Wow, I thought that was 5,000 for a second there. So 5 million maximum investment. Deposit term is 90 days. Daily profit is 0.2 to 5%. Compounding is impossible. Early withdrawal is impossible. And principal refund, no, included in profit. So we're going to go over this here in just a second because that's one of the things that were confusing me. If you look at them, they were at 2.89% today. And then it shows you their overall, 7 days, 30 days, and then overall. Dragon Foundation, if you're interested in investing, you still got about 10 days to do so. They are going to service for 180 days after that. Minimum investment is $10, maximum 500,000. Compounding is impossible. Early withdrawal is possible. Principal refund, no. Okay. So, yeah, if you want to get into Dragon Foundation, they've been pretty stable. They've got 18,000 investors. They've gotten 34 just today. And they've been servicing for about 163 days now since July 1st, 2017. And all of these have their investment agreement that you can take a look at. It's not too long, not too crazy. It's very simple, straight to the point. BitStrong. I know a lot of people are invested in BitStrong. Minimum $5, maximum 500K. And then 0.1 to 5%. This one's only 100 days. Compounding is impossible. Early withdrawal is impossible. And principal refund is no. Okay. 328% all over. 60% in 30 days. So if you're looking at these here, this one's 64 in 30 days. This one's 83. XBot's 83% in 30 days, guys. So if you're thinking long term, obviously most of these are going to be a few months to, I guess almost a year. CNC, this is another one that won't be trading during Christmas time. Minimum investment $5, maximum $10,000. It's been online for 107 days, and not online, but they've been serviced since 107 days. Compounding is impossible. Early withdrawal is impossible. Principal refund, no on this one. 56% in 30 days, 191% all over. TG Thomas is another one that's not servicing through Christmas. $10 minimum, $300,000 max. Deposit term, 300 days on this one, guys, so almost a year. Compounding is possible. Early withdrawal is possible, but with a 20% fee. So if you decide to pull out early, it's going to cost you 20%, all right? And principal refund, yes, okay? And then CloudShare. Here's one that I find very interesting. I kind of like it. It swings crazy, but like today was 1%, and I think 2 days ago we were at like 7% on it. So if you look at it, it's 46% for 30 days, $25 minimum, $100,000 maximum, deposit term 120 days, daily profit 1 to 10%, 0.1 to 10%. I'm sorry. Compounding is possible. So I like the fact that compounding is possible on this, and I'll show you why in a minute. Early withdrawal is impossible, and principal refund says no. So. And then this one's 46% for 30 days, which is not as attractive as, let's say these up here, minimum is $5. But you see here, compounding is a no. Compounding is impossible. Compounding is impossible, but it's 83%. So, I'll probably do another investment in another one of these groups at a later time, maybe in a couple weeks. Try to make some money first. And we'll see which one works out better. But for now, this one is probably the most attractive for me. And the reason why is the active amount, it doesn't show on this page. The active amount that I have right now is only like 81 bucks. I started small, guys. And again, I'm only investing at this point what I could afford to lose. And $81 is about what I can afford to lose at this point, guys. And then last but not least, you have Chain Group Trade. Compounding is possible on this. It's at 6% for 30 days. $10 minimum, $1 million maximum. Deposit term is 500 days. And daily profit is stable at 0.2%. Okay. And you do get a principal refund on that. So principal refund, let's talk about that a little bit more. We'll look at their investment agreement. Actually, no. Let's look at FAQs. So when you look at the FAQs, we want to look at these bots or platforms partners, I guess, that don't offer a principal refund. And we want to understand exactly what that is, because that's very important, especially if you're going to be compounding and you want to get some money back at the end of those 120 days, especially with CloudShare. So it says, if I make 100% compounding with CloudShare deposit with no principal refund after deposit expiration term, at the end of the term, do I receive back the compounded part? So the answer to that, guys, is no. You will not get compounding part at the end of the deposit term, as a compounded profit becomes joined to the principal deposit. So basically what happens is, let's say you put in $100, okay, and it's for 120 days. Those payments that you received every day, and that's kind of why it's so high and back and forth, those are including your principal. Okay, so the interest that you get on a daily basis is also including principal, which means that at the end of the 120 days, you have already gotten back your $100 plus your interest. So they're not going to release you another $100 at the end of the 120 days. Now, this is very important to understand, because if you're going to be compounding, yes, you can compound 100%, but you want to compound it only for a certain period of time, so that way you make back your money plus some interest, okay? You don't want to compound 100% all the way throughout, and I'll show you that in a minute. And the reason why is because they're going to keep all of that. It ends up getting joined with your principal, and there's no principal refund. So in essence, everything becomes principal at the end of 120 days, and you don't get anything back. On paper, it shows that you made a ton of interest and a ton of money, but unfortunately, that's not released to you. So it says, no, you will not get compounding part at the end of the deposit term, as compounded profit becomes joined to the principal deposit. You can compound your profit temporary to increase your daily profit, but to begin receiving profit to your available balance, you have to turn off compounding function. So I don't have an Excel spreadsheet, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. I did a little bit of math on it, and what's going on? I did a little bit of math, and this was just on CloudShare, guys, because that's the one I'm going to go ahead and drop my first investment into. I figured if you compounded for about 60 days, obviously you help build that amount up, right? And once that amount gets built up with compounded interest, you can then turn off this compounding amount, okay? So we want to start, I understand. Actually, hold on a second. Let's put that back so I can read that out to you guys. All right, so it says you are going to turn compounding function on. This trade group, I guess, does not offer principal refund after deposit expiration term. As compounded profit becomes joined to principal deposit, you will not get this compounded part at the end of the deposit term. You can compound profit temporarily to increase daily profit and obviously add to your principal, but to begin receiving profits to available balance, you have to turn compounding function off later. So we're going to hit yes, I understand. So you do have the opportunity to not compound at all, okay? So if you don't compound at all, you just kind of have to do the math and create a spread and see if you're compounding, from now for about 60 days, right, which is half of the term. This obviously is going to get higher, and those percentages off of a higher amount become a lot more money daily when you turn off the compounding, or you can just leave off compounding and just receive whatever the interest is for 120 days and see where that works out at. If my math was correct, me compounding for about 60 days, 50 to 60 days, and then turning it off and then receiving money off of that, it works out to be higher than actually just leaving off compounding from the beginning. So we're going to leave it at 100% compounding. Deposit acceptance agreement. It says under this agreement, the investor transfers and the trade group accepts investment to make profit. Investments in the CloudShare trade group are accepted through this service. The source of income of the CloudShare trade group are described on the page of service. Let's take a quick look at that. About trade group. CloudShare trade group is CloudShare trade group use CloudShare apps as source of income. The application that was created by CloudShare team. CloudShare app is an application to derive profit from provocations of chain reactions to increase altcoin cost. The provocation mechanism, the application CloudShare buys on behalf of traders simultaneously and for a short period of time, 5 to 30 minutes, the target altcoin raising its value by 10 to 30%. A chain reaction is provoked by the traders, inexperienced traders that are not professionals, buy the altcoin, not understanding what is the cause of its rapid growth and counting to sell it later with profit. All right. New purchases, new purchase orders generate new purchase orders, a chain reaction, and the altcoin price increases by 30, 40, 50%. During the fall of the chain reaction of the purchase orders, the CloudShare traders sell the altcoins with profit. Right? So if you guys are on any of the exchanges, like I know I watch Poloniex pretty close, and you see that, guys. You see some of these altcoins that you never even heard of before jump up 200, 300% in one day, and you're like, what the heck? Why couldn't I get in on that? And this is kind of what it is, you know. A deposit to the CloudShare trade group is made with an internal payment unit of the service equivalent of US dollars. So that's important to understand too, because I deposited this maybe about 5 days ago and it hasn't increased. And that's because they don't hold it in BTC, it's US dollar, okay? Some of those sites, if you deposit, you'll notice that that raises if it's holding in BTC. What else we got here? And then we went over all this stuff already, right? So we're going to, actually, let's see if we miss anything here. And guys, very important, very important. I know some of you guys like to yell, you know, scam and that kind of stuff. And yes, some of these websites may be scam and they may be fraudulent, and their investment agreement doesn't mean crap, especially if they're planning on taking your money and running with it anyway. But I would advise that you read all of the investment agreements or their terms and conditions and that kind of stuff. You may find some stuff that you really don't like, and just, you know, even though you know that it could possibly disappear, it might just, you know, make you want to not put money into it any further. All right, and just turn that website off. So very important that you guys read through this. CloudShare Trade Group undertakes the transfer return to the investor's account every day during the deposit term in accordance with paragraphs 5.3, 5.4 of this agreement. So let's look at that. Yeah, 120 days, 1 to 10%. By accepting the deposit, by making a deposit to CloudShare Trade Group, the investor confirms that he has read the terms of service, makes deposit voluntarily, has taken all necessary and recommended measures, understands and accepts the related risk of loss of investments. Guys, that's very important. Knows that in case of bankruptcy of the CloudShare Trade Group, the only compensation to be received by the investor will be the payment from the stabilization fund of CloudShare. So, and then after we do this investment, I'll go back and show you the stabilization fund. I don't know. No, they don't have it on this page. Here, let's do this here real quick. I'm sorry. We'll go back to trade groups and we'll see their stabilization fund. All of these have a stabilization fund. As you can see, Dragon Group is 500K. CloudShare is $30,000 at this point. Okay, there's only 3,600 investors in CloudShare. So we'll go back there. Let's turn on 100%. Yes. And still got a little sniffle, guys. I was sick a couple of weeks ago and can't get the damn thing to go away. This service ensures compliance with this agreement. In case of a conflict between the investor and CloudShare Trade Group, disputes are considered by the service within 7 days from the date of receipt of a complaint, blah, 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 and that's it. So we went over their investment agreement. Go ahead and click yes, I've read and understand, and we'll hit, oh, sorry about that. So here's all right, let's figure out if it'll take $81.41, and we're going to compound at 100%, invest, and let's see what they say. Okay, cool. So that's it, guys. We're invested in CloudShare. I'll give you guys some updates on what's going on with my investment. Obviously, if you guys want to get into Chain Group, I'm going to go ahead and put my referral link down in the description below. Listen, if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and mash that subscribe button now. Hit that like button, drop a comment, let me know what you're thinking about, let me know what you want me to talk about, or what you think of my videos, what you want to see, whatever. I want to thank everybody that's been supporting my channel. I'm almost at 500 subscribers. Also, I got a buddy, Jesse Hubbard, just started his channel a couple weeks ago. Go on over and check him out, show him some love. You know, he's definitely part of my downline on a lot of these things, and I'm going to do whatever it takes, just like I would do with any of you guys, to help you guys promote your channel and create your own downline. That's what it's all about, guys. It's all about teaming up together, networking, and making some money together in this cryptocurrency world. So that'll be it for this video, guys. Tomorrow's video will be pretty exciting, working on that now. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, please drop it in the comments below. Other than that, I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.
The truth.